I love that intro now.
It's so good.
As an NWA mark, I really do love that.
Yeah. That's so
We're live, pal.
Hey, cousin Butch.
Hey, Butch. Okay, so why did Ridge Holland get to keep his name?
Because I'm guessing it's because it's not his actual name.
I guess
they can own the copyright to it, but they can't own Pete Dunne.
But like,
because Pete Dunne is actually Pete Dunne's name. That's the only thing I can think of that makes any sense. Like, I don't know. Like, he's already established as Pete Dunne. It's not like you copywriting
it's been made
Butch.
known. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna have to go back into every video and say, you know, Butch, the longest reigning NXT UK champion, or, you know, the Dusty Cup was won by Riddle and Butch. Yeah. Here comes from all the way from England. It's Butch.
Butch. Runner-up of the UK Cup. Butch.
Here's the thing. He re-signed. Like, he chose this. Same thing with Gunther. Formerly Walter. What is left to say? Except, welcome to Pro Wrestling Simulated, everybody.
Really, really
I am actually Mike, and that is Pat. We have not signed with anybody, so our names are our own.
That's right.
And we have got an action-packed episode for you today, here from the Pro Wrestling Simulated Epicenter, as I like to call it.
I like it.
We've got luchadors, we've got hard hitters, we've got strong style, we've got probably my favorite wrestler in all of MLW.
Microman?
We've got UK, we've got Japan, we've got the good, and of course we've got some New Jersey representatives, and as well as someone who is known to be an astronaut, if I'm not mistaken about. Am I misunderstanding Cameron Grimes' catchphrase?
I think that's right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if eventually Vince hears him say it so much, well, that man's an astronaut. That's exactly what's happening.
Either that, or he gets a Ralph Cramden honeymooners.
Bang, zoom, to the moon, baby!
Pair him with a valet named Alice.
Oh,
that's the kind of pop culture reference that's right in Vince McMahon's.
What are we doing with these people? What is going on? I for the sake of Cameron Grimes, I hope he doesn't ever have to worry about being called up. Or if he does get released, decides to take some time in the dojo in New Japan and be like, I'm going to start over. You know, it worked out for Juice Robinson, so.
Yeah.
And Lord knows that the former Trevor Lee has plenty of like things going for him already.
Oh yeah.
And I think what this NXT 2.0 show has proven is that he actually he's more than just like a PWG wrestler. He's got personality to spare. Some of that was around when he was in Impact for like a minute as the X Division champion. But, like, nothing like this.
No.
The Ted DiBiase program definitely helped him. I think the promo he did basically was like, I'm going to stop worrying about money. I'm going to focus on becoming the champ. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. I'm for it. I'm here for it. But then, you know, he's just kind of like, he's around.
he's a guy.
Once again, he's just a guy. But I'll tell you who's not just a guy. Our first match. See what I did there?
I do see.
Laredo Kid
ran through the card.
And Ryan Nemeth will start. But we also have, if I may, we've got Alex Hammerstone, the MLW champion, taking on Biff Busick. We've got the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, soon to probably be a two-time Impact World Champ. We'll see how Moose does. Versus El Hijo de Canas Lupus. We have a kid Am I reading that right?
Yeah, as a kid. He's
Just
apparently
got
he's
some
coming
kid.
to NXT 2.0.
Oh god, Yuji Nagata is facing a kid. That can't be right. We're gonna have to check that.
I mean, it worked for Kenny.
That's true. And then at the top of our at the end of our first half, it'll be QT Marshall versus. You're gonna have to help me with this one.
Jamie Tagatayashi.
There we go, and that's our first half. So, with that in mind, are we ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ready as we'll ever be. Well, let's do this, man. I'm so psyched. And by the way, thank you for everybody who is watching. And if you're interacting with us, feel free to tag us or any of the wrestlers that you see today on our Twitter handle, on Facebook, whatever you'd like. We are going to get right into our first match. The Laredo Kid. Not the Laredo Kid, but Laredo Kid versus Ryan Nemeth.
Ryan Nem.
Right, Nem.
His Twitter handle, the Hollywood Hunk, one of the wingmen, and oh yeah, Dolph Ziggler's little brother.
I think at that point it is an afterthought now. He is he's done really well just to kind of like stepping out, even though despite the fact that he kind of is doing Dolph Ziggler's original gimmick better than his brother, in my opinion. I think that, you know, Dolph's identity crisis Ziggler is not having to worry too much, while Ryan Nemeth knows kind of exactly who he is.
Yeah.
And good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Laredo Kid, great name for a wrestler. Great wrestler. Been a pro almost 20 years. Can we still call you a kid at that point when your career is old enough to vote? Uh-oh. I've lost audio.
I don't know. Can you?
Well,
sorry, I was fixing some stuff and then I froze. Now I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, so Laredo Kid. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's not like he's gonna call himself Laredo Kidman. Like he can't just be like, well, I'm not really a kid. Well, yeah, we know that.
Right.
But it's, you know, it's like a cowboy name kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
it's like a Sundance Kid thing. Yeah.
I'm sure if for any copyright reasons he would probably just be called Laredo elsewhere.
Yeah. Laredo Man.
El Laredo. I don't know. That doesn't really roll off the tongue too much.
No.
But I mean, you know, if Phoenix can be Ray Phoenix, and then, you know, I don't think the name is going to be that much of a problem for him wherever he goes.
Not like Butch.
No. God, Butch. For me, that was it. I'm just like, okay, why I shouldn't be surprised.
Nope.
I shouldn't be surprised. And Pete, you asked for it. You re-signed. You knew what you were getting into, man.
Yep.
And if you want, if he's doing it just to make the, you know, listen, I am not going to fault the wrestler.
Oh no, get paid.
I'm never going to fault the wrestler.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I am going to question, like, you knew what you were getting into, man.
Right. Yeah. It's it's hard to sympathize when the option was there to not be Butch.
I think what was funny is that Fightful Select was talking about how, like, we've got reports that something stupid is going to happen on SmackDown.
I saw that. The text chain with his source. It was like, I'm not sure yet, but you're gonna hate it.
Like, it was quoted as something stupid. Laredo Kid really showing off his luchador style. Moonsaults. Step up Insugiris. And Ryan Nemeth being like, I'm gorgeous. There's nothing you can do to me.
But Nemeth, you know, at 214 pounds, not used to being the big man in a match, but Laredo Kid, nice step up stomp there in the corner. And Nemeth's like, no, we're gonna We're gonna ground you here.
Back to basics. I think that now that two of the wingmen, or one of the JD Drake has realigned with his tag team partner to become the Workhorsemen once more, being mercilessly beaten down by who I'd like to call the Gentleman, because to me, not just because William Regal has called them these two gentlemen. Love that DDT.
Jumping DDT from that. Yeah. Only two.
But because Moxley and Danielson are a living Guy Ritchie movie, and I really kind of want that to just be the vibe of the whole tag team. And if you've never seen The Gentleman, check it out. One of my favorite.
That's really good Hugh Grant performance in that.
Yes.
Very unhinged performance from him.
Absolutely.
Not what we're used to seeing. But Ritchie gets that out of his actors, unless
for sure.
Wife.
Nice bridging pin there.
We'll just pretend like what was the one that he made where she was stranded on an island? It was a remake.
God, I don't.
Nope.
I try to avoid like the ones that are just like panned.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, Ritchie does not miss. 1, 2.
Speaking of not missing, a lot of these hits. See what I did there? A lot of these hits, including that famouser. I like this technique of tucking for the pin, because then you can't get a rope break.
Rana there from Laredo Kid is like, oh, you want to slow it down? Well, here.
Let me destroy you limb by limb.
First we'll tie up your leg and then kick in the face.
I mean, if I was going to do something, kicking in the face does seem like a pretty good tactic. I mean, it works for Shibata.
Yes.
Shibata's whole MO is, I will kick you as hard as I can all the time. Did you read about how Danielson had said, like, I'm going to try and, I want to change my style to, like Suzuki.
Yeah.
So that I can have a longer career. And I'm like, well, what about the people you're working with?
Right, yeah. I don't have a longer career.
I'll be fine. If I read that and I'm like, oh crap, I'm scheduled.
It's on the floor. Are we gonna get a dive here from Laredo?
No, I think he's taking the time.
No. Okay.
That's not a bad tactic.
Yeah. The number 22 seed in our tournament wants to make sure he doesn't fall victim to the string of upsets we've had the last few weeks.
So in this we're breaking news about what he may have also been called. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting a Mike Wazowski treatment here going for it, but apparently calling on Marcher. Please, sir, have some more.
Please, sir.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, neither do we, Pete Dunne. Neither do we.
Clearly, WWE Creative doesn't.
No. It's the one time I wish they didn't have anything for him.
Yes. Yeah.
One time.
Standing around at catering would be better. Another big DDT from Nemeth. Now he's nope. Okay. Look like he
probably saw Laredo get up and then but a Mexican destroyer?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take the Joey Styles route with that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 2.9.
Ay, Dios mío! I was watching an Oh My God compilation last night, and I realized, like, wow, he really milked that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, he got a lot of mileage out of that catchphrase.
He did, though, at least vary it, like, from time to time, where there were, like, the more serious, like, oh my God.
3, there it is.
There it is.
Avoids the second biggest upset in the tournament so far.
And where are the rankings on that one, though?
What are the upset rankings?
Yeah, in terms of those two guys just now.
Laredo Kid number 22, Ryan Nemeth number 491.
There you go.
Oh yeah, would have been the second biggest upset next to when Antonio Honda beat number 17, Ultimo Guerrero. Let's move that from the screen. Only a 93 on that. I like that more than a 93, but
I thought it was good. But Laredo Kid defeating Ryan Nemeth with the Canadian-Mexican Destroyer.
So he will now face the winner between Killian McMurphy and Valiente in round 2.
It's time for your favorite and mine.
Alexander
Hammerstone. It worked just too well. Somebody needs to write like an entire rap. Go for it. Go for it, YouTube.
Yes.
You can pull honestly,
I'm a little surprised nobody has yet.
Yeah, like, come on. There's got to be a crossover of theater people and wrestling fans. I know I'm one of them.
I was gonna say you're looking at them. I mean, you more so than me, but I mean, yeah. Like that's such an obvious pop culture reference that the fact that MLW hasn't capitalized on that yet. A little strange.
Biff Busick, some more people may know him as Oney Lorcan from NXT, but Biff Busick is not one to contend with in terms of taking lightly.
No.
He may not look like the most imposing person, but he will beat the ever-living piss out of you, as I have seen on many GCW shows before his run on NXT. Holy crap. And in Evolve and in I think in CZW as well, you know, he was just literally just pounding, beating people into submission.
You know, that's what got him on WWE's radar was like, oh, this guy just beats the hell out of people.
That was also, I think it was like he was in Evolve while he was being scouted, and Evolve had that like Ring of Honor relationship with NXT.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like the feeder system to NXT.
Yeah. Okay, graphics department. Yes, he is one half of the AAW Tag Team Champions, but he's also the MLW World Champion.
Indeed.
Alex Hammerstone.
Alex Hammerstone, the formerly 1/3 of the Dynasty, along with Richard Holiday and MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. A fantastic trio, and for a long time he was doing double duty in AEW and MLW with Hammerstone and Holiday. Holiday recently turning on his former best friend, his former partner, and now is contending to go after the championship. I do not think they are allowed to use Diamonds Are Forever anymore for the Holiday theme.
Yeah,
both times it got blanked out.
That got DMCA'd real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. At first, I thought there was something wrong with my speakers when I was watching Fusion this week, and oh no, it's just anytime his music is audible, which kind of took away from the moment of him beating the hell out of a bloody Hammerstone, and
I thought like the whole show ended sooner than it did. Like I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
But Oney Lorcan, you know, former CZW World Champion, former NXT Tag Team Champion with Danny Burch.
Yeah.
He's been in Top Rope Promotions, River City Wrestling. He was highest rankings in PWI 500 was 157 back in 2014.
That's right.
And also known for really just beating the hell out of each other, especially with guys like Drew Gulak, who we'll see later. And I believe also he had some. Was he in? No, I'm thinking of Gulak. Drew Gulak was with Timothy Thatcher in what was that stable?
What was that called?
With Riddle.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll look it up.
But yeah, But Alex Hammerstone, you want to talk about like total Hulk Hogan vibes in terms of just popularity, presence. I mean, he's got the look, he's got the whole vibe. For a while, like, he was kind of like just doing a little parody of Hogan for a bit with the red and yellow, just for fun. But none of the ego, it seems, and none of the, like, I was telling you, like, he reminds me of Hogan when he was wrestling in New Japan. Like, all of the great stuff that you notice, and then also a good wrestler. And Hammerstone would pass what McMahon likes to call the airport test, where if you saw them walking in an airport, you would like immediately notice and catch their eye because of just the presence that they have. It's a dumb test, but still, I get it.
I mean, he books WrestleMania around what's going to look good on the poster, so...
Yeah. This is an old look for Alex, a bit of a throwback.
This is more Dynasty look than his current flowing blonde mane and
the
more
leather tan, the Hogan tan,
and the Hogan tan. Yes. Nightmare Pendulum.
Oh, I love that. I think Matt Morgan called it the Hellevator.
The Hellevator, yeah.
That was cool.
I loved Matt Morgan.
Oh,
I don't know why, but there was something about him that was like, he should be in a much better place than he is right now.
I think it was just like his personality, like the attitude, like that he was bringing, kind of didn't match.
Yeah,
like his look. Like I think that he wanted to be the intelligent big guy, like as with his whole Blueprint gimmick.
Right.
But I think like for a while people like, in a weird way, feeling like it was condescending that he was this giant big, and he was big, strong, and he was also smarter than you. So it was like that's a little off-putting.
I mean, it works for Keith Lee.
Yeah, but I think that's because he's like genuinely nice.
Yeah. You like Keith Lee.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's just got this vibe of just like when he does like the orchestration and everything, you kind of like, yeah, we're in this together. With Matt Morgan, I mean, like when I was watching him with a friend in the TNA tapings in Orlando, we went to like a pay-per-view and people were chanting, "We want Morgan," and we got our side of the crowd to go, "No, we don't." And it even got picked up on like one of the coverages of like there is an audible "No, we don't" chant. I was like, hey, we got that. That was the cool thing about Florida, at least. I got to go to a free wrestling show almost every other week.
Yeah, and if it wasn't... well, I guess we probably... Had you left Florida by the time NXT started running at Full Sail?
Yeah.
Me too.
Just around the beginning of it, 2012. When there was like a pilot that was taped at Full Sail. I'm like, oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
What a great venue to do a wrestling television show in. And apparently MLW had thought the same thing, but NXT was like, nah, we got it first.
Yeah. One of many reasons why MLW is suing WWE.
Oh, absolutely. Ooh!
But Busic's up first.
I think Busick was able to turn that around.
And he turns it into a suplex of his own. And Hammerstone's up first.
Biff Busick is like the guy you see could be a bouncer at a bar or be the legit toughest guy at the bar.
Yeah, depends on what side of the rope he's standing on.
Yeah, Hammerstone only looks like he will kick you out if you start trouble.
Yes. Hammerstone is he's Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
Yes.
He will rip your throat out.
And Busick's got like soccer hooligan vibe to him as well.
Yeah, Lorcan is the most British American I've ever seen. Like Lorcan, I mean, Oni Lorcan it's like almost like they wanted him to be British.
Yeah, I don't know where that name came from, but he's not with WWE anymore, right? He's
he's free.
Yeah. He was granted release, so he requested it.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the anti-Ali.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still weird. It looked like Busick was hitting his head against the turnbuckle willingly. Just that.
It did. Wake up! Wake up!
This is only our second match.
It's only the second match, yeah.
Going pretty long. Going pretty, endurance running.
Yeah, they definitely aren't being affected by daylight saving time.
Yeah, unlike us. Holy cow!
Oh
like,
my
it's all,
gosh!
Oh.
Avalanche, dragon suplex, or butterfly suplex. Pardon me, from Busick, and Hammerson's like, nah, that's a neck breaker.
See, Busick is a guy I want to see in AEW.
Yeah.
I want to see him and Danielson go at it.
Yeah.
Did Danny Burch didn't get released, did he?
What's that?
Did Danny Burch get released too?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, he's not on the roster anymore. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. January 5th. So earlier this year he got released. So if the two of them were able to team up, I mean, I think he'll be like Martin Stone or something, because that was his old name.
Yeah, that was the name before.
If they get back together and put their themselves back in a tag team scene, I would love to see it.
Too bad they can't have Butch as the third member of their trio for the trios title. Oh, surprise roll up there from Busick, 2.9.
Oh,
Busick, the second wrestler I can ever remember in my lifetime using the last name Busick. There was also a very short-lived WWF character. Oh, diving European uppercut to the back of the head.
Oh, man.
Do you remember Big Bully Busick?
I don't think so.
He lasted Tope Con Hero from Biff Busick. Big Bully Busick was a short-lived gimmick on the WWF syndicated shows in like 93, 94 maybe. We had a bowler hat and a handlebar mustache. He was sort of like a forerunner to the vaudevillains.
Oh, wow. Which, by the way, Regal recently, he had like talked about that, I heard on an interview, or at least I heard it being talked about, where he said, damn it, that's the most brilliant name. Why didn't I think of that? I could have called myself the vaudevillain. That's exactly what I am.
Roaring elbow from Biff Busick. At least you were putting on a show.
And by the way, William Regal, fine health. I don't need anybody reporting that he's okay, that he's not good.
Yeah.
He's doing just fine.
He's aware that the way that he lived through his younger days will eventually catch up to him. But
yeah,
and that's the whole. That was what that promo was about. Like,
yeah, and he was also hard. He said I was talking to someone about my time in 2018. I don't know how this got around that all of a sudden I'm dying.
Yeah.
He's fine, folks.
He's fine.
Man, these two guys have been just going at it.
Yeah. They're beating the hell out of each other. Big release overhead. That's a move I could go without seeing for a while.
Yeah. Thank God Big E's neck is gigantic with surrounded by muscle.
Yes. No surgery needed. I mean, he'll probably still miss a year.
Oh!
But
sorry, those strikes were off. This is a main event in MLW I would want to see.
Oh, absolutely.
And I hope it happens, because now they've got that open door policy.
That's right. Spinning Dr. Bomb from Busick. Wow. 2.9.
Oh, that was so close.
Hammer kicks out of it and then levels him with a chop.
Man, I'm loving this. This would be the fight of Hammerstone's life if he had to defend the title against Busick.
Deadlift gut wrench suplex there from Busick.
Don't underestimate the strength. He's very much like Cesaro. Just kind of pulls these big, strong moves out of nowhere.
Now they're back into that spinning Dr. Bomb right
center
on
of the ring.
Logo. 2, 3.
There we go.
And Busick, the 459 seed, knocks off number 54, Alexander Hammerstone.
I love his screen name is Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer, yeah. And he just destroyed a star right here. Yeah, 100%. You got that one right. Match evaluators at Fire Pro Wrestling World. 24 minutes, 15 seconds.
Wow. MLW, if you're listening, book that match. Yep. You know, I think that
see it.
Once whether if it's a title match or not, I just if Holiday is able to win, whatever. But I want to see Hammerstone versus Busick when it becomes available.
Yes, absolutely.
But you saw it here first.
That's right. 100% quality, 24-minute, just bruising battle.
What I love is that is exactly the kind of match I would expect from the two of them.
Yeah.
In the ring for real.
100%.
And MLW, that is a money-making match, or at least an incredibly worthy, if not main event, but definitely up there. I'm hoping Hammerstone keeps his belt. I would love to see him defend it against any and all comers. I like how they finally have decided to let Hangman wrestle like he used to, where he was almost wrestling weekly, but this time it's title defenses. Like that should be the kind of champ he is, with just saying I'm gonna defend it against our highest winning singles wrestlers.
Yeah.
Whomever wants to answer the call. The open is the challenge is there.
Yeah, agreed. He's kind of the anti-Kenny, where Kenny was, trying to weasel his way out of every match he could. Sorry, my chair got caught.
Don Callis was a big part of that, and
true.
God, what a trolling move. I loved it. I really did, because I was like, I hate Don Callis for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm also happy for Scorpio Sky winning the big one with the TNT Championship. Would love to see him keeping that title while in LA as a big Lakers fan, rocking the jersey and making him I think him going into Los Angeles as champion is more apropos. I don't think I love you, Wardlow, but I don't think it's your time yet. I would love to see Sky hold on to that belt for a good time, give him those wins and defenses that he deserves. And then I want him destroyed by Bryan Danielson, and I want Danielson to hold that championship belt for like 2 years.
Give him that hardcore Holly run.
Exactly, but like legit.
Right.
What if I win the belt and beat everybody?
That's a great idea, Bob. Nobody's ever thought of that. Bob Holly.
Oh, God.
All right.
I'm just happy he's also holding on to one belt. Sammy two belts is no longer, he's just Sammy no belts. Sorry, Sammy. That's the way it works. But at least, he says he's defending two things now all the time. The belt and his streak.
There you go. And that
rightfully so.
Kind of writes itself for the next few months.
There you go. But now it's time for El Hijo de Canis Lupus to face off against Josh Alexander.
Yeah. One of those names, much easier to pronounce to English speakers.
Yes. Obviously, El Hijo de Canis Lupus.
Yes. Yeah. Hijo de Canis Lupus, 9-year pro from Pachuca, Mexico. He was in they called it the War of Attrition match in Warrior Wrestling Lucha to crown their first ever champion. Aramis, who you see a lot in MLW, won that. That was, according to IWD, the only loss for Hijo de Canis Lupus during the evaluation period. And then Josh Alexander just spent the entire year, most of the year during the evaluation period as one half of the North. before
fantastic tag team from Impact.
Yeah, before Ethan Page became All Elite, and Alexander went on to tear up the X Division for a while, and then late last year becoming the guy, winning the world title. Doesn't count.
And then Moose had to ruin the whole thing.
Stupid Moose.
Moose had to ruin it all. Cashed in right in front of his family. Come on.
Yeah. And
Moose, for a while, people thought Josh Alexander probably not going to re-sign.
Yeah, I mean,
they thought he wasn't going to re-sign.
He was a free agent for like a week.
But he recently came back and he said, "I'm cashing in my rematch." Who's our referee for today in this match?
That is Jessica Carr from WWE.
Josh Alexander. I mean, he's definitely got a Kurt Angle vibe about him in terms of one of the three eyes, intensity.
For sure.
He connects with the crowd. I love his like whole look. Ooh, a little back and forth hitting action going on.
Yeah, nice little chain there.
But yeah, that was the cool thing about, it's the one thing I do love about the X Division Option C thing that they've kept. It's fun to see, like, okay, can the it's almost in a way like how the Intercontinental Championship was the stepping stone towards the World Championship. And while not every wrestler in Impact can be or wants to be an X Division wrestler, they can be, because they're, again, it's a no limits,
weight limits,
kind of open weight championship of sorts. Yeah, with looser rule structure.
Yes.
Yeah, Josh Alexander, I mean, he really broke off. Like, a lot of people were looking at Ethan Page as being like, oh, okay, this is your breakout star right here. But he took advantage of it.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people, let's get cars down.
Oh, no!
Ref bump. And
car crash.
Bloody.
Oh.
Alexander's got that cross leg breaker, but there's no ref to check for the submission.
Is she having a seizure? Like, what's going on? Is she okay? I'm very worried about the health of Jessica Carr right now.
Big moonsault. Lupus.
Oh, so close. I'm surprised with the blood in her eyes. She didn't, maybe not see the light grapevine right there.
He's bleeding from some very unusual places.
But he is twisting that lower leg and that ankle, focusing all his efforts on submitting right now. He is a walking weapon.
He is. Ain't just a gimmick, folks.
Oh,
right back to work on the ankle.
Just twisting away at it.
I am taking your foot home with me.
These are mine.
Give me those toesies.
I don't think that's what he's saying. If he was, I mean, that'd be funny either way. I think I'd be intimidated regardless.
Yes. Yeah. If that, we've crossed over from walking weapon into just straight up serial killer vibe.
Yeah.
I want your toesies.
I do like that he's bringing him back into the center of the ring, making it hard for him to get to any rope breaks for submission attempts.
Oh, clothesline from Alexander. Right.
Look at that.
To the ankle.
A submission specialist indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, short arm clothesline. Shades of Jake the Snake. Big missile drop kick.
And now,
nope, going for some hockey punches.
And a backbreaker. Right back to the ankle.
Oh, that's got to be it. Is that it? Almost. No, he sweeps out the leg from underneath him. That's a good technique to get out of the ankle lock.
Yeah. Maybe he also is learning from the sensei from Cobra Kai.
No mercy.
Into the ankle lock. I mean, it's worked well for Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So why not for Hijo de Canis Lupus. Ow, just a chop to the face there. Oh, went for the drop kick to the knee. Alexander had it scouted and dodges. Lupus put him up on the top rope.
Do you think after so many attempts for submission, maybe a knockout or some sort of big elbow drop like that might do the trick? Oh, but it took a lot out of him.
Both of them have to stop and catch their breath. Lupus.
Oh!
Powerbomb. 2.9. Alexander kicks out. That was close. This would be another pretty huge upset. Alexander, the 107 seed. Hijo de Canis Lupus, number 406.
I'm going to say my money is on... Oh, look at that.
The ankle.
Takedown into the submission again. Able to still kick out of it, though.
Step up Enziguri.
Ooh. That took enough wind out of him, though. Alexander's a little loopy, but he's able to get the snap suplex.
Rolls him over back to the ankle. No. Oh, man, just driving
just
the
straight
knees
up
into
smashing his knees.
Trading
oh, we got a little, who's going to go down first?
Fighting spirit here. Oh, man, big kick from Hijo de Canis Lupus. Spinning drop toe hold from Josh Alexander back to the knees. Again. God.
Oh my God.
Car's got to start to think about maybe stepping in here and stopping this.
I don't know. She's like, I think she's concerned with not, fainting from blood loss.
That's also, jeez, does it again.
Oh man, now they're just, this is turned into a fight.
Alexander frustrated clearly over his inability to get Hijo de Canis Lupus to tap out. Just goes back to the knees.
Just destroying his knees. Oh my God.
Screw your cartilage.
Oh
gosh. Aubrey with that taking Hijo de Canis Lupus' finisher, that Owen driver for 2.9. And a crossbody. 3.
There it is.
Unorthodox finish from Alexander, but nothing else seemed to be working. So hey, let's take a page out of Mike Knox's book and just roll him over.
Brutal takedown. The walking weapon, Josh Alexander. Holy cow.
Their second straight 100% match.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, they started slow, but it built to quite a finish there. Congrats to the walking weapon being on round number 2.
That was insane.
Update one of our docs here real quick. There's not a way to do that automatically, unfortunately.
I was kind of starting a lot of these matches are playing out how I feel like they would if seeing them live. And that's kind of cool.
I mean, there's a reason that we chose this to be the game to simulate.
Is the game becoming self-aware?
It's watching wrestling with me, and now it knows.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
It is a little, but I mean, considering I use the same screen for streaming wrestling as I am for doing these.
By the way, I've been told that it's not a kid, but a kid, as in the wrestler by that name from NXT UK. So I apologize to any child that I may have offended, thinking they were about to be beat the hell up by Yuji Nagata.
So, but the one that's coming to NXT 2.0, that's still just a kid, right?
Oh, I don't know if they have anything to do with each other, because I don't think that anybody acknowledges that WWE and NXT UK exists.
Oh my God, what do you think they're going to call him?
Probably not a kid. Unless they call him the ABC Kid.
Oh no. Oh no.
Would you put it past them?
I would not.
Would you put it past them? Well, we had the 1, 2, 3 kid, and now we've got the ABC Kid. He'll be good first. We'll make him a Sesame Street Muppet.
It's just, by the way, R.I.P. Luis, integral part of my childhood.
Yeah, that one stunk.
Yeah. I still remember where I was as a kid when he married Maria.
Oh yeah. I like that. Like there was such this like odd confusion of like, oh right, you guys are actors. You're not really married to each other. But
right,
even as a kid, like even growing up, like later on, I was like, oh, they're just playing a version of themselves. I didn't think that they were actually just like. You forget that they're also actors.
Yeah. Well, you play the same role for 40 years.
Like, I think Bob was the only one who was named Bob.
Yeah, I think that's right.
They may just take. Speaking of a kid, they may just call him by his real name,
which is
Carlos Ruiz.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, WWE doesn't like two names, so it may just be Carlos.
Yeah. Well, but they also can't copyright that in case he goes on and becomes a bigger star somewhere else.
Well, would he be called Anonymous Kid?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe they just don't call him anything.
I like El Niño Onomio.
Yes. He was the first holder of the NXT UK Cup, or Heritage
probably
Cup.
Going to be the last.
Defeating, he beat Trent Seven to win that, then before losing it to Tyler Bate. Who I think has since lost it to Noam Dar, who is with.
Honestly, I wouldn't know because I don't have any like. There's no real like. It doesn't seem like anybody cares about NXT UK, and I mean, why would they? At this point, I mean,
honestly, it's probably the best thing possible for the NXT UK roster because it means they get to keep their jobs and their names and
integrity.
And their integrity, yeah. And unless they're Walter, nobody notices them.
I think you mean...
I do mean Gunther.
Gunther. Ugh.
And meanwhile, Yuji Nagata has been around forever.
Oh, yeah. People forget, like, he is a true living legend.
Yeah. Like, I remember watching him...
WCW.
And this is probably still 5 or 6 years into his career in WCW.
Yeah.
With Sonny Ono.
Oh man, yeah.
Back when they were really trying to make Sonny Ono a thing. Blue
Justice.
I
do love that name.
The leader and only member of Seigi-gun.
2-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He's been a GHC Heavyweight Champion in Noah. He is the 5th longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion with a reign of 392 days.
That's impressive.
He had the most successful title defense record of 10 until Tanahashi broke the record. But Tanahashi broke all records.
Yeah.
That man he's the man. Freaking love Tanahashi.
Tanahashi's great. Yeah, Tanahashi basically has all of the New Japan records.
That guy rules. I'm waiting for the day he shows up to defend... Well, actually, no, that wouldn't be, because Sonata's the United States champion now.
Yeah.
But just give me a reason to bring Tanahashi into face Danielson. That's all I want.
Bring him in through the door. Let him work with Mox and work with Danielson, and yeah. Hell, let him
I feel like at that point, Mox will just be like, "Listen, I don't care who has that belt. I want to face the person that has that belt."
Yeah.
And Sonata versus Mox would just... I mean, Mox versus anybody in New Japan really makes... Ever since that G1 Climax that he run,
yeah,
like everyone was like, "Oh right, Jon Moxley can wrestle."
Yeah,
and that's exactly why he did it.
World. Yeah,
it's exactly why he did it, to prove to everybody he's not just a former deathmatch guy.
Wacky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that he got one of the young boys to basically be his own.
Yeah.
And he called Shota Shooter. Shooter, come here. The Death Rider. Oh, what a great name to attach to it. But anyway, Yuji Nagata.
Just so good at everything.
The reason there's not much to talk about with A-Kid is because he's very, very new to the scene, but still very talented.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he challenged Walter for the NXT UK title last January, 4.25 stars according to Meltzer. He's a techniker, as we like to learn from Cage Match. He's a high flyer. He's got a martial arts background. Really well-rounded throw a Spanish fly off the top rope. And he did it without having to show that he's crazy.
Well,
into the arm.
Sammy doesn't mind. But man, I before like remembering that, you know, Yuji Nagata had a career when I was getting reintroduced to New Japan, it was like, oh, I remember him from WCW, and seeing him like in the opening of matches, just he is one of the dojo trainers, and he beats the living hell out of the young boys with kicks that just like, if they're not phasing through these guys' chests at that point, I'm just like, oh, thank God you're wearing kick pads.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise you'd be able to see the outline of every lace on his boots, like tattooed across their chests. Oh! A kid with a crossface of his own.
Ooh, that would be taboo in Japan. Do not steal the finisher.
There's a graphic for it.
Yeah.
Side suplex from A Kid. Rolls him over. Nope. And the guy's like, no, let me show you how to do it, kid.
Yeah. Here's how you do it, and I'm going to stretch you into submission.
We're gonna go back into the collar and elbow. No. And Nagata, 30-year veteran, keeps his body between A Kid and the ropes. And Kid rolls him over. Uh-oh, we got a strike fest here. And Nagata with the forearms.
No, don't get into a strong style fighting spirit contest with Yuji Nagata. You will lose.
It does not end well. Looks like A Kid.
Just as any of the young lions, you will be destroyed.
Big kick from A Kid. Doesn't hook the leg though. 2.9 says referee Scott Armstrong.
Oh,
Loader.
Love that suplex.
2.9.
Woo! Close, but no cigar.
Yes.
Trying to wrench the arm here. I may go for
it's going to be hard to put in that crossface, those Nagata locks if your shoulder's messed up. Nagata basically staring down A Kid like, I could dive on you right now. I'm not going to, but I could.
Oh!
Pile driver.
Quick sit-out pile driver. Well, he was able to shoot out of it, though. No follow-up.
Backslide from A Kid. 2.9.
Ooh, that would have been close.
Falls today, this morning.
Oh! Another exploder suplex.
2.9.
Nagata reminds me of, like, if Taz kicked people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Very, very similar in terms of just like a lot of suplex grappling, hard strikes.
0.9. Gotta hook the leg, kid.
So many near falls.
Pump kick to the face from A Kid.
Going for it again, maybe? Oh, no. Meeting of the minds.
UG up first. And a
God.
Spine. Snap suplex from A Kid.
There's something about like the thud of the kick pad onto a back.
Yeah.
Like, especially Samoa Joe used to do it, and it would just echo throughout the room.
Another exploder from Nagata.
He will be anonymous after this.
Justice being served tonight.
There will be nothing left.
All right, so that is technically an upset based on the 500 rankings, but anytime Yuji Nagata's in the ring, you got to expect there's a chance he's going to win.
Absolutely.
Maybe an upset, but it's not a surprise. Yuji Nagata beats El Nino Anonimo. And I can't count. There it is. 1738.
And we are just one match away right now before our halftime, where Freehold, New Jersey's own QT Marshall is going to be facing off against
Jamie Takatese.
I was like, I cannot get this last name for the life of me. I apologize.
So, longtime watchers of the stream will know about my fear, my concerns with having to do my own edits, and why I've been so reliant on others, because I don't feel like I'm not very good at them. But here we go. Nobody has made a Jamie Takatese edit yet, so I had to, and this will be his first real run here. The big man from New Zealand going in there, which is probably part of why nobody has made an edit of him. I don't think there's a ton of overlap between American or Japanese gamers and the New Zealand wrestling scene. I could be wrong, but
you could be.
Here,
we've been wrong before.
Nope, not just yet. We're gonna remove that. I just realized I didn't do something. But yeah, Jamie Takatese's nickname is the Big Man. You'll see why shortly. When
he is 4'8".
Yes, that's right. He is actually Micro Man unmasked.
I knew it. Under the mask.
He's.
I am obsessed with Micro Man.
I love that Micro Man in all of the advertising now for MLW. Like, it's Hammerstone and then Micro Man.
Yeah,
like he
the
is
biggest wrestler, the smallest wrestler.
In all of their advertising, all of their merch commercials during the TV, it's always Hammer first, and then Micro Man.
You got it.
And there he is. There's the Big Man, whose shirt in real life says the Big Man, but I didn't trust myself enough to custom stuff, so I used existing text. But yeah, Jamie Takatese, I think 380 something pounds.
Good lord.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 319 pounds, but still very large man. Hence the nickname Big Man. He was the IPW New Zealand heavyweight champion when the evaluation period started, losing the title to Jake Sheehan at an event named after their match called IPW Fans Bring the Weapons, Takatese versus Sheehan 2.
That's always safe.
Yes. And then 4 months later, he won the title back at IPW's Nightmare Before Christmas show. He still has that title. He then also defeated Shane Sinclair to win the SPW New Zealand Heavyweight Championship at the SPW Southern Rumble event in August, and he still holds that title. So he basically has the two big New Zealand singles titles at the same time, and has for over a year in both cases. So it's kind of the dominant figure in New Zealand wrestling right now is Jamie Takatese. Not hard to see why, because look at him. He's big.
He's a monster.
Scary. Yeah. Meanwhile, QT Marshall had a surprisingly good record during the evaluation period. I was all set to be like, oh yeah, he lost a lot. But no, he was 27-8-1 during the evaluation period. A lot of tag wins helped pad that. But he was also, because the first part of the evaluation period, which ran from July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021, he hadn't yet turned heel at the beginning. teaming with Dustin Rhodes a lot. The Natural Nightmares had a really good run at the beginning part of that. Actually, almost running the entire evaluation period, because it wasn't until last spring that he really turned on the Nightmare family to start the factory.
Well, he had to get back his training facility students, because he is a student from the Monster Factory, one of the more famous training areas of pro wrestling.
Yeah. And this 129 ranking he's got this year is the highest he's ever been ranked on the PWF 500. His previous high was in 2013, 9 years ago, when he was number 194. And last year he fell all the way down to 468, which was his lowest. So he's going to be looking for that his version of the Sasuke special, the QT special,
or the Diamond Cutter,
or the Diamond Cutter,
which was bestowed upon him by DDP himself.
That's right.
DDP retired and said, kid, you can use this move now. And to him, he is a kid because he's only like a year younger than me or something. No, he's just a little bit older than me. Still.
Yeah, I mean,
QT Marshall right now, basically the not so thrilled with his Tony Soprano cosplaying character of sorts. But yeah, you know what? I love that he is a bumping machine. He makes every move look great when he faces somebody in the ring. Yeah,
I mean, there's a reason they send him out there when they want somebody to look good.
Yeah,
like when
he's a good hand
for Paul White's in-ring return. They put him in there with QT so that his QT will
made Hook look like $1 million.
Yep. And when you want to get your new handsome devil suplex machine Hook over, who do you send him in there with? QT.
Then QT. And then he just got beeled to hell by Keith Lee recently.
Yes.
God, I love that.
Gave him the Uncle Phil deal. Just.
Do you ever see the documentary that QT made about his WWE tryout?
No, I've never seen it. I've seen clips of it because they talked about it a lot on. What was They were doing it very briefly on Dark in the early days. That mini docu-series where Cody would sit down with somebody. They talked about it on that.
Yeah. But he had history with Ring of Honor, so I'm wondering if he may have a hand in assisting Tony with booking Ring of Honor. I mean, he already puts the segments together for AEW as it is. Yep. Maybe if there's you got to think there's got to be a division of labor. They've got to delegate it somehow. You don't want to burn the guy out.
Right.
I feel like, QT would be perfect for being ROH's booker, because it doesn't seem like they're really just wiping the slate clean, which I feel is what you have to do in this.
Yeah.
Not forget the past or anything, but it's just fresh start.
And there's there's almost no risk of that happening anyway, just because that's not how TK rolls. They referenced 205 Live on Rampage this week. They're very
level up
to acknowledge somebody's past. So
what is it now? NXT Level Up? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Oh God.
NXT Level Up.
So NXT now technically has 2 shows.
Yes. The Black and Gold never got 2 shows. When they had Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso
the Rainbow
Ciampa
brand.
and Finn Balor and Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
It definitely reminds me of Nickelodeon Studios. The what was it? The Game Factory? That was the last thing in the tour that you would do?
I think that's right, yeah.
You could be slime! I never wanted to be slimed.
No,
I found
really
no
gross.
appeal in it. I'm why would I want that? It's in my hair. It's just gross. The diamond fly off the top rope!
QT. And God,
he's right back up.
It's gonna take more than that.
See, this is why DDP was the master of the diamond cutter.
That's right.
The man could hit it from anywhere, and that would be it.
Takatasi takes a nasty bump to the floor.
No more apples for QT, I've noticed lately.
Hell yeah.
Maybe that's why he's losing. It's an apple a day field, man. Gotta go for it.
Those doctors are just all over him.
Imagine if just Britt Baker, you catch her in the back every now and then, just like, come on.
Or just like every time, what's Takatasi gonna do?
Oh God. That would have been it. If he landed 2 giant knees onto the cave-in chest.
Oh my gosh.
What's he going for? Calling for something. Well, I guess not. Whatever he was going to go for, it did not work.
Nope.
Don't hit him. You'll just make him angry.
Does make it a little difficult to beat somebody when you can't hit them, but another cutter.
Oh, another cutter. The QT cutter, I guess. It's not quite a diamond cutter.
No. The apple cutter? Apple slicer?
God. Oh, no.
Suplex from QT. The 319-pounder over.
Just pin him, man.
The fan!
Oh!
Jamie Takatasi hits the fan.
Variation of the Boss Man Slam.
Yeah.
Huge
running
clothesline.
Good Lord, he's huge.
He really is that big.
Walks right
Third
into the cutter.
diamond cutter.
Takatasi's like, nope. I'm just going to gut wrench suplex you here and pick you up. Also, major shout out. I don't think I did this yet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Huge
QT just got yeeted out of the ring with a
to Miguel Francisca, who uploaded the templates that I used to make my edits. This is based on his athletic big man template, and yeah, it seems like an apt description of Mr. Takatasi here.
For sure,
big man, as JR would rap, the big man is back.
4th diamond cutter.
We can't capitalize right away. Takatasi goes right back to that side headlock.
But you notice he gets up slower and slower each time he gets that move hit on him.
Neck breaker.
Rude awakening with that neck breaker.
Nope, still too close to the ropes. He tried to drag him away, but Takatasi's just so big. Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh no.
I thought he was throwing him to the floor.
I thought he was going right out of the ring again. Well, oh no. Backed out of the
oh my God.
Before here.
Jack
big power bomb.
QT Marshall. Didn't know he had that.
God, that had to hurt QT maybe more.
Back of the head.
Seems to be concentrating now his strikes on that, but no, not going to matter.
Takatasi's just going to bring him take him for a little walk back to the middle of the ring.
That front face lock was on so hard, he couldn't even walk away.
Yeah.
Trying to catch his breath there for a minute.
Another gut wrench. It was almost a driver.
Number 5.
And then a leg drop across the back of the head. Stay down. It's like a Triple H WrestleMania match.
Oh.
Big collision in the corner. Forearm attempt. Another gut wrench. Yeah, it is. I was calling it a suplex earlier. He really is almost dropping QT on his head when he does that.
Not good.
Almost more of a driver. Charged into the corner by QT. He went for the big boot, but Takatasi was already on his way down. Elbow to the back. Kick to the back of the head.
Ooh.
1.
That could do it.
2, 3. Yeah,
there it is.
Kick to the back of the head. Thanks for coming, Jamie Takatasi. Nice showing in your first ever match in my Fire Pro game. Probably should have taken you for a test drive, but you did well.
QT Marshall going on. Only an 88%. That's, that's their opinion.
Yeah. That's just like your opinion, man. Jamie Tagatese.
Not gonna work here anymore.
I understood that reference. Wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
Oh, man. All right, well, that is the first half done of our show. We're going to be back with more matches and a little bit of some breaking news that I just saw coming our way. But we've got Danhausen and Angel Garza. We've got Luke Jacobs and Nash Carter. R-Truth and Dominic Garini. We've got Eddie Edwards versus Kevin Blackwood. And in our main event, Drew Gulak versus Cameron Grimes, baby, to the moon. All of this, and we're going to talk about some wrestling when we come back in 5. We'll see you then. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pro Wrestling Simulated. It's the 500. I'm Mike, and that is Pat. We've got a little bit of some sad news, unfortunately. The legendary WWE Hall of Famer Scott Hall is apparently in life support right now at Wellstar Kennestone Hospital in Marietta, Georgia, according to Pro Wrestling Torch. He underwent hip surgery last week, but there was a blood clot that got loose, and the man suffered 3 heart attacks last night. Oh, this is heartbreaking news. We hope for the best for the bad guy, for one of the all-time greats, a man who really turned his life around. And it's hard to say. So all our well wishes go out to him, his friends and family, and everybody helping him out. But he is one of the all time greats, and I'm glad that he is. It's unfortunate that what's going on, and we can only hope that things will turn around for him. But PW Torch and pretty much every outlet right now is keeping a close eye on it. So we will be too. And we are going to, of course, continue celebrating wrestling in the only way we know how, which is with our tournament. So with that being said, we're going to go on to our next match. People who are, couldn't be further apart in terms of style. We've got Danhausen versus Angel Garza right now. One half of the Los Lotharios.
Los Lotharios.
I just call them the handsome bastards. Because they are. We are sexy.
And of course, he no longer has a last name because
he's just Angel.
He's just Angel.
He's just a being of pure light.
Yep, you are not allowed a last name.
You're not allowed to have a last name.
As opposed to Danhausen, who only has a last name.
Who only has a last name.
Because Danhausen is his last name.
Danhausen is Danhausen. That's what he
is.
is.
There's no logo for Chaos Adjacent.
He can't. He's not technically in Chaos, but he is. He's also not technically in Best Friends either. He's just a guy that Orange Cassidy knows, who likes to help him out every now and then.
Yeah, by cursing his enemies.
Curse.
So
Danhausen Mania is running wild, though, for sure.
What's that?
Would it be Danhausen Maniahausen?
Probably.
Yeah. Whoa! Nice backflip.
Running Wildhausen.
Running Wildhausen.
Danhausen first showed up on my radar when he was a guest on an episode of Conan O'Brien Needs a Fan last year. He called in and because Conan has his needs a friend where he talks to celebrities. Then every once in a while they'll just talk to listeners of the show or fans.
I actually did submit for that, so who knows?
And on one episode they talked to Donovan in Detroit, who they're like, "So I understand you're a professional wrestler, huh?" I'm like, yeah. Like, so what's your character? I'm like, okay. So his name is Danhausen. And he's basically you if you were cursed by a demon. Like, what? And then so then he described it, and so I'm still waiting for the day when Conan makes good on his promise that he will eventually accompany Danhausen to the ring for one of his matches.
Now that he's in AEW, there's no question they're going to try.
It's going to happen at some point.
It's got to. I mean, he still has that. He's not doing the TBS show anymore, but he has that relationship with what is it now? Warner Brothers Discovery, because they just had that merger.
I think that's right.
My God, there's just so many. There's so many now that shouldn't be.
I mean, there's so few now because
that's what I'm saying. There's so many companies that are together that shouldn't be.
Yeah,
but that's a whole other thing.
Yay,
so Danhausen, when do you expect him to have his actual first match?
It wouldn't surprise me if they drag it out like they did with Orange Cassidy make him go, almost a year without one. Because Danhausen's good. Oh, another ref bump. Danhausen's good in the ring.
He is.
He's quite good in the ring, but the money lies in the character. So yes. I think you build and you build and you build to his first match, and just let him keep doing what he's doing. Just popping up, being a weirdo. I would, give him a microphone sooner rather than later. Let him do the thing that got him on everybody's map. We have yet to see him bring a bag of human teeth to the ring, which is just a crime.
True. Now, I think that he will let the crowd sing Tequila when he does the the elbow drop or the apron move, but I doubt that they will. I mean, they're going to have... I feel like they'll probably just use the Ring of Honor music that he had.
Probably.
Because it worked. Like that odd, creepy carnival type music.
Yeah.
And the circle wipes for for his entrance. Like, only he should have those.
Yes. Yeah. The thing about Dan, you just have to set him apart. He can't be like anybody else on the roster.
Oh, a GTS Hausen.
Shining Wizardhausen.
Or the
0.9.
Shinsaka Hausen.
Yeah, that's probably a Bomaye Hausen.
Yeah. You just put Hausen at the end of these things, and that's how the gimmick works.
That's right. So, how do you think Danhausen feels about Tony Elite buying out Dave Honor? And now,
I think someone still needs to explain to him how those things work. I think he's still confused.
You think Tony Elite is going to get him his Blimphausen finally?
I think that he needs to understand that those people. It's not like the thing I used to do with my friends, where we would call the star of an action movie John, and then use the
John
last
Diehard.
name. Yeah, John Diehard or John Taken or It's not quite that. Although Johnny Elite could someday show up, you never know. Although I think they kind of have to run a cap.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about the roster. Yes, there are a lot of people. Yes, we can hopefully get it spread out a bit more now with Ring of Honor being used. But let's say Tony Khan says, all right, that's it. For 1 year, that's it. We're not going to sign anyone else. If a week later Brock Lesnar becomes a free agent, you sign Brock Lesnar.
Right. Yeah. Or John Cena or Randy Orton.
Right.
Or,
It's hard not to do it. But you don't also want to become late 90s WCW and just sign everybody. Have Dusty Rhodes throw a contract at you, and as he's on the phone talking to someone else, which according to Johnny B. Bad, that's exactly what happened to him. He said he walked into Atlanta, Dusty Rhodes had his feet up on the desk, was talking to someone on the phone, literally tossed the contract at him and said, sign here, buddy boy, and then said, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
he's like, I didn't know what to say because there's the legend and I have nothing to do.
Yeah. Wow.
Insane. That was also like mid-90s too, so they really were like racking them up early.
Yeah, I was gonna say Johnny B. Bad. Like, I remember him. He was on the first WCW pay-per-view I ever saw, which was Bash at the Beach '94.
Yeah,
I think he wrestled Regal on that show.
He had a good feud with DDP too, that kind of gave him his breakout. But let's talk about Angel Garza before he may end up losing.
That is, I mean, he's the lower seed, so it is distinctly possible. Number 342 against Danhausen's 171. Pendulum drop kick.
Very nice. Very evil.
Yes, very nice. Very Garza, a member of the legendary Garza family. His uncle was Hector, or his father. I don't remember his. He
is related to Hector Garza. Yes.
And Danhausen gets him to tap.
There it is.
Too long to talk about him. Member of the legendary Garza Lucha family. Worked as Garza Jr. for most of his career before signing with WWE, where he became Angel Garza, and now is just Angel. Because they can't copyright his last name, so they will just copyright the first name that they gave him.
That's what they do.
His actual name.
Love to do it. We don't know why.
That's just how they roll.
Because apparently, when it comes to WWE, your identity doesn't matter.
No. Your identity is what we tell you your identity is.
Winner via submissionhausen, Danhausen.
Yes, the modified reverse chicken winghausen.
I do love that, like, here's the thing. I've heard some bad faith takes on it. Like, oh, it must be easy when you go and pay for yourself to get into a convention and start interviewing wrestlers as your gimmick. I'm like, he's also a content creator. So, like, that's kind of... Even if he wasn't a wrestler, I bet he'd still be doing that.
Yeah, if he was just a fan, he would still be doing that.
Because he's also got, the figures that he does. And I love that he did this when his contract with Ring of Honor was done. And, unfortunately, he was still injured. So the whole thing is that he had been saying that his friend had trapped him in his basement, when his friend had been telling him, you literally could have left anytime you want. I did not trap you here. You moved in. There is no reason for you to be here. So he, much like in many other former WWE wrestlers, made like these short films about breaking out of prison and stuff like that. He had a video where it's time for Danhausen to leave this prison, no longer contained by the gates that are surrounding me. And his friend goes, all right. And he opens the gate for him. You could have done that the entire time. What do you mean? I could have left? It was that simple. Whatever. And he just like hobbles away.
He was
love that
his own misery fantasy. It's like, oh no.
One of my close friends is a huge Danhausen fan. She goes by Danielle Hausen when she's there. Paints her face, does the whole thing. I mean, like, it's such a great look. Like, it's like a Dr. Caligari's cabinet, old school, German horror film vibe along this guy who, if he wasn't, dorky, could probably be one of the misfits.
Right. Yeah.
But then again, I've met the misfits. They are dorks. It was so weird. I used, when I worked at this one restaurant in New York, I forget who it was, but I think it's like the one that is still like making the Misfits band, but with like different members. He had like this all-girl band that he was trying to promote. They had like a private room upstairs just to have dinner and stuff, and I became like the entertainment because I was a working character that night. So I'm like, okay, you want me to entertain this musician and his group of lovely women that are all very talented and probably want nothing to do with me? Sure. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing went wrong. It was actually really cool.
Is that Jerry Only? Is that
yes, it was Jerry Only. Yes. He's the only one.
Exactly what you were talking about, but I couldn't think of his name. So
yeah, he's the only one who cares about the Misfits anymore. All right, so next up, we've got Luke Jacobs taking on Nash Carter.
That's right. Nash Carter, of course, the former Zachary Wentz, once a rascal in Impact, now a member of MSK, which stands for
stands for something.
The native of Lima, Ohio, not Lima, it's Lima. As someone who has been to Lima, Ohio, I can tell you there's not much.
Times were you corrected
in Lima, Ohio?
It's Lima.
But he's just the sickest dude, is Nash Carter. And then there's Luke Jacobs from Manchester, England, a regular in Progress, or I guess Progress. He teams with Ethan Allen, who we saw. Was that last week? I can't remember.
I can't believe I just realized that it's pronounced progress. Oh, I'm a fool.
it's our our American centric. It's like it's progress.
but the
no, but there it's progress.
Like kind of it's almost like a play on the word, obviously.
Yeah, when you say it as it's meant to be said, it's progress.
Because of pro wrestling progress, okay.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it does.
Only if you pronounce it correctly.
Only if you say it that way.
But yeah, so Luke Jacobs teams with Ethan Allen. I'm unfortunately blanking on the name of their team, but they were in a tournament for the vacant Progress tag team titles. Excuse me, losing in the finals to the Lycos Gym, Kid Lycos and Kid Lycos 2. That was at Progress Chapter 112. He also challenged Cara Noir, who we've also seen earlier in the tournament for the Progress title at Chapter 106, Stick a Pony in Me Pocket, last March, which is just a great name for a wrestling show. I don't know what it means.
I have no idea what it means either, but I like it.
Sounds very British. Sounds like an episode title for Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Stick a pony in your pocket.
Some horrifying, World War II era nursery rhyme about nuclear war that just sounds adorable.
But not meant to.
No.
By any standards.
Oh, it's so charming and British.
Nope.
Sitting around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Oh, right. That's about the Black Plague. And then he's in there against Nash Carter, who, speaking of tag tournaments, he and Wes Lee won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, beating the Grizzled Young Veterans. They were the NXT and PWG Tag Team Champions concurrently. No longer, but they were for quite some time. One of his trademark moves is called Thanks for the Memories, but spelled like the Fallout Boy song. So it's thanks for memories. Without any vowels. So his move title will be very, very difficult to guess on Wordle. Having no vowels. But both these guys combined have about a decade experience. They're, take the two of them, add them together, multiply them by 3, and you're right about where Yuji Nagata is in terms of experience. Two very young men, very early in their careers. Huge upside to both. Luke Jacobs making his first appearance on the PWI 500 at number 182. Nash Carter's only been on it. I think this was his 4th year. His first appearance was in 2018. Got up to 215 last year, fell to 331 this year. Let's see, what else do I have for this match? The winner is going to face the winner between Camaro Jackson and Eddie Kingston in round 2. So that's something to look forward to for the winner here, is you might just get your face caved in by Eddie Kingston.
I mean, does anybody ever want that ever?
No.
No,
not at all.
You bring that upon yourself if you have to face him.
That's right. I mean, and that's, assuming he gets past Camaro Jackson, which, as we've learned in this tournament, you should never assume.
Never.
But also, it's Eddie Kingston.
He's going to hurt you.
I'm gonna assume Eddie Kingston wins until I'm proven otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs goes for a chop. They're just kind of feeling each other out here in the corner. And a cutter. QT Marshall backstage. Stealing my gimmick. Jacobs up first. Series of forearms there from Carter. Off the ropes. Oh, huge kick to the chest, and then a Jerry Lawler style diving fist drop. And Jacobs is like, nah, I'm just gonna turn this into a ripcord clothesline. How do you like that? Behind, comes off the ropes. Sort of a spine buster. I'm not really sure what that was from Jacobs. And Gary from Carter. An arm drag. aren't really busting out the big spots. Huh? As soon as I say that, Nash Carter hits the stroke and a poison Rana. So I guess I just needed to address the elephant in the room to get them to kick it into a higher gear. Oh my gosh, I don't even really know what to call that. It was a vertical suplex into a elbow drop almost. Big super kick from Nash Carter into the standing moonsault. 1, 2.9. And Jacob's like, nah, clothesline.
Not quite.
That's enough of that fancy stuff. No flips, just fists.
Or in this case, just the full arm.
Yeah. No flips, just biceps. Big spear. Edge must be very proud.
I'm always wondering, like, what? Actually, you know what? Now I wonder, who's your favorite spear?
Rhino.
The Gore.
The Gore will always be my favorite. Hey, Zach. The Gore will. I mean, unless somebody comes out with a really impressive one, that just no spear has ever looked as painful as the Gore looked.
I think for me, it's like if there's a full body dive into the motion, it looks more impressive.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Was great for that same reason.
What was that power bomb? Because it did not look good.
No, it looked like Kevin Nash jackknifing the Giant.
Oh God!
Halloween Havoc. When
never again, please.
Acid drop from Nash Carter, or I'm sorry, a Dudley Dog. As WWF wouldn't, obviously.
Well, yeah, you can't say drugs. Reference. You can only reference weed, and
that's right.
In the obnoxious, obvious way.
Yeah, by doing that '70s show parody.
Well, to be fair, Impact did it with the Rascals, but they've made it funny.
Right. That's the key difference there.
Yeah, theirs was actually funny.
Yeah. Butterfly suplex. Trading strikes here, back and forth. Big super kick from Nash Carter, and Jacobs is right back up with a discus lariat. Lashley has a great spear as well. Yeah, absolutely. And Goldberg.
I like that Bobby Lashley does kind of like spin into it, but I just think that, a full like forward tackle dive is like just, the most effective.
Yeah. I still think my all-time favorite spear. Tried for a pop-up cutter and missed a little bit there, did Nash Carter. I still think my all-time favorite spear / Gore was Rhino putting Jericho through the SmackDown set.
Oh yeah,
that's still one of the coolest moments. That's
and they call that like SmackDown Extreme or something. Like it was a special.
Yeah, I don't remember what the exact circumstances was.
Weird.
Because they were also like in the process of changing the set, I think.
Yeah,
so it was like that was like their excuse for like demoing the set was Rhino put Jericho through.
Rhino destroyed it, so we need a new one.
Now we gotta somebody bring out the giant fist.
It's in the budget, right?
Yeah,
it's like our insurance policy. Someone destroys the set, we just make a new one.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Where's Nick Khan? What can he tell us?
No money for a set. We're just gonna come out through the entry row that the basketball.
But everyone else is fired, and I'm gonna make $1 million.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cash out my stock right now. But also probably close second favorite. Swanton Bomb. Sorry, Swanton Bomb from Nash Carter, and that does it.
That'll do it.
Carter picks up the win, moves on to the second round. Second favorite spear spot ever is Edge Foley at Mania.
Oh God! Into the fire,
flaming table. Yeah.
Jesus.
Right, Nash Carter with the. I'm sorry, it's not a Swanton. It's a Senton Atomico.
Senton Bomb. 99%.
So far, This is on pace to be our highest rated show ever in terms of match evaluations. Which, not bad, considering I was kind of terrified of this show because it was going to have my first edit on it. So
you're fine.
So it would appear.
But now it's time for probably the most winningest champion in the history of WWE and probably of professional wrestling. Ron Killings, aka R-Truth.
Oh, I got stats.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
So
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
We've had 2 100s, a 98, a 99, a 94, and a 93. That QT Marshall Jamie Takatese match at 88 is the only thing bringing it down. Is we are averaging 96% per match tonight, which I'm going back through the history is, if this pace continues, it would be our highest evaluated show ever.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all, guys. Keep up the good work. But yes, let me get that match sorted, and then we can talk about Ron Killings, R-Truth, and the history of the 24/7 Road Dogg K-Quick.
Ron the Truth Killings. This is a man who's a former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty well in the
probably, in my opinion, the peak of his career. I really think like that was the best work. Like, not to say it went downhill from there, but like he's always been a good worker and entertaining. But like to me, that was like the best version. That's my favorite version of Ron Killings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I remember years ago, one of my first, well, not my first, but it was one of the first years of Impact taping at Universal, and Ron Killings was still part of the group with Conan and BG James. What was it? What were they called? 3 Live Crew? Yeah.
3 Live Crew.
And Dennis Rodman was the guest, and he did nothing. So at the end of the match, we all chanted "Rodman's pointless." Well, it was cool though. Like Jimmy Hart came out and he let everybody know, "All right, everybody, now that side is where the bad guys come out, and that side is where the good guys come out. So remember to cheer the good guys and boo the bad guys." Like he was really going old school promoter. Hey, crowd, you're part of the work too now. Like, we need to make this show look great.
Please,
God!
For the love of God, help us make it look good.
Help us, for the love of God!
We need it.
We need it so bad.
You don't know what it's like back there.
Desperate Jimmy Hart is maybe one of my new favorite in-joke characters that we have here.
They just hired Vince Russo again.
I gotta do a song that sounds like some pop music, but we can't because it's copyright. Newest question of the day from Zach.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and give your younger self... That's a little too deep for our show.
Wow. Jeez.
I would say avoid WWE until AEW shows up.
Yeah,
just stick with independent wrestling. You'll be much less disappointed.
Yeah. If we're going just wrestling, maybe don't get too emotionally involved in that Benoit fella.
Yeah. Keep your distance, in fact, from all parasocial relationships with wrestlers.
Yeah, well, yes, that too. That too.
For your own mental health, don't get attached to anybody.
Yeah. Except Brody Lee seems like he's actually a good guy.
Oh, God, he was
and
such
Big
a
E.
sweetheart.
And
Big E absolutely is like, yeah, he's the man.
Yeah. Which, we talked about Scott Hall earlier. Definitely best wishes out to Big E. Very glad he's not going to need surgery on that neck. Overall advice, though, jeez, gosh,
yeah,
it's hard to say because like, part of me is like, well, every mistake I made as a kid got me here.
Exactly.
But also, like, maybe talk to your doctor about your anxiety and see if
like I think like if I had to have the one thing, because it's also just helped me out as a person, start playing D&D a lot earlier. Like that's all I would have told myself. Just start playing it a lot earlier. You're gonna get a lot more creative flow out of yourself just from playing that game. Don't worry if it's not too nerdy. It's gonna be huge one day.
Eventually, it will be okay to be nerdy. Just hang in there a little
basically,
while longer.
That would be the one thing that I would say. Like, whatever you think is too nerdy or anything, don't worry about it. It's all going to be cool when you're in your 20s.
Eventually, your knowledge of these comics is going to pay off.
Yes. Everything you know about Star Wars may end up getting you a job.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or just be like, just keep an eye out for when podcasts start happening. And get on that.
Get in on the ground floor.
Get on it early.
I know you're only like 24, but do it.
Yeah, I'd say like as soon as Twitter comes out, I'd give myself the date that Twitter comes out and that Instagram comes out, so that I could be the first and only person to just have Michael as a handle. It'd be verified, you know.
Yeah.
Be michael@gmail.com. Like I would make sure like give you the date of everything when it launches so that you could be the only person with that. Buymichael.com. Like just get the whole thing. Imagine having that though, like just your first name like as everything right as soon as it came out.
The only problem I feel like with that is that by now no one would believe it.
Oh no, of course not.
Sure, yeah, your name's michael@gmail.com, right? Yeah,
it is. You can email me to find out.
That's fake.
What if it was michael@michael.com?
michael@michael.mike, since there's so many.
Yeah, buy
Little Jimmy.
Make the .mike domain. There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked nothing about Ron Killing's opponent.
We have not.
Because
Dominic
we haven't.
Marini, nicknamed the Bone Collector, one of the great
That is
nicknames
awesome.
on the indie scene. One half of Violence is Forever with Kevin Koo.
Just like Diamond.
That's right, but we can't use that during MLW shows.
Yes.
Native of North Canton, Ohio, made his first appearance in the 500 last year. Number 331. He's up to 310 this year. He and Kevin Koo won the Black Label Pro Tag Team titles from Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett in October of 2020. He's a MMA. I mean, you can tell just from the getup, he's an MMA guy. He's one of those guys that's really into the UWFI style, GLATE style matches that are that mix of shoot. And,
I don't need my eyes to cross if we're going to try and talk about GLATE.
Nope. I'm good at ending that part of the conversation there. But he is a judo, jiu-jitsu, submission specialist. Definitely an MMA guy. R-Truth, on the other hand, 25-year pro. First appeared on the PWI 500 back in 2000 when he was K-Quick and he was number 172. His all-time high, you want to guess?
I'm going to say he was definitely in the top 50.
Yep.
Higher than 40?
Higher than 40.
20s.
Higher.
No way. Okay.
In
the teens.
2004, he was number 18.
18.
PWI
Okay.
500. That was the year that he was the NWA World Champion. He was very much a focal point of those early TNA shows.
Absolutely.
And his ranking demonstrated that. And then he fell. His lowest was 369. Nice. 3 years ago. He was 243 last year, 203 this year. So here we go. He entered the year as the 24/7 champion, losing it to Shelton Benjamin. Then winning it from Akira Tozawa, losing it to Drew Gulak, winning it from Gulak, losing it to Akira Tozawa, winning it from Gulak, losing it to Gulak, winning it to Gulak, losing it to Gulak, winning it from Gulak, losing it to Tozawa, beating Lince Dorado, losing it to Gulak, dressed as the gobbledygooker, winning it back from Tozawa, losing it to Angel, winning it from Angel, losing it to Alicia Fox, winning it from Alicia Fox, losing it to Peter Rosenberg, winning it back from Peter Rosenberg, losing it to Doug Flutie, winning it from Doug Flutie, losing it to Akira Tozawa, winning it from Bad Bunny, losing it to Rick Boogs, who was Joseph Average, winning it back from Boogs, losing it to Tozawa, winning it from Boogs, losing it to Tozawa, winning it from Gulak, losing it back to Tozawa 2 days before the end of the evaluation period. So he did not get to end the July 1st to June 30th year as 24/7 champion.
Holy crap.
So that was just between July 1st, 2020 and June 30th, 2021. I don't have any of those title changes since.
Wow.
That's not included as part of the evaluation.
So that is a total of how many title wins of the 24/7 championship?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15 wins.
Wow.
And then 16 losses since he entered the year with the title. So as a result, he has actually surprisingly low. I mean, it's basically 50-50 for his winning percentage, 43.3%.
Well, yeah, you can't really go any other way
in singles matches.
You have as many wins, or just as you have like one more loss than every win, then yeah.
Right. But he also competed, there were 3 ways and 4 ways and a 7-way at one point for the title as well. And Guarini looks like he got him to tap out. Dominic Guarini pulls off a.
So is he the new 24/7 champion? Like, I don't know how it works with us.
Well, I mean, I think Reggie has the title now, right?
I thought it was still
Anna Brooke.
Yeah.
I think she just won it back from her, but
who knows?
I try to keep up with these things so that the game reflects.
More importantly, who is the current DDT Pro Ironman heavy metalweight champion?
As of last night, it was still Ling Ling. I don't know if they had a show last night or not, but it is still Japanese pop idol Ling Ling. Having won it from the guy whose hand she crushed. That I'm blanking on now. After that gauntlet match, Dominic Guarini moves on. We've got 2 matches left. We're still averaging 96%, thanks to that 97% rating there.
But now we have the current, recognized leader of the stable Honor No More in Impact Wrestling, Eddie Edwards, going on to take Kevin Blackwood.
Kevin Blackwood actually just making some kind of mainstream waves on the indie scene. Just had a killer match this week with Frankie Kazarian. I'm blanking on the name of the promotion, unfortunately, but I saw a lot of people tweeting about that match this week. Just happened a couple of days ago. I apologize to Phantom Limb Kevin Blackwood that I am blanking on the name of that show, but I'm fairly sure it's on IWTV, and I will look it up during the entrances.
IWTV, I love you, but you guys got to fix your mobile app. It barely even starts.
Yeah. Also, your search function, real bad.
Yeah, we love you. Great for content.
I would love to be able to search for pictures. Wrestlers and not just the name of shows.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't know what the name of the show is.
Right,
but
right.
I want to see.
Like, I get that it can be hard to catalog all that, but still, like, that would be helpful in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little friendly criticism. Nothing too bad.
We want you to be better.
We do.
So, Blackwood also, before he went to AEW and became a member of the Jericho Appreciation Society, was a regular tag team partner with Daniel Garcia. Let's see.
I am watching right now. Davey Richards kicked the living crap out of Kevin Blackwood from West Coast Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
Oh,
this is a rematch.
Oh God. Oh, double knockouts. That is insane. Oh, that is unfortunate.
So yeah, this is an appropriate match to have on the show today, since his pinned tweet is the two of them at that show at West Coast, just pummeling each other.
God damn. Prestige Wrestling is so yeah, this is he's a West Coast guy who absolutely should be taken a look at.
I think it was the Prestige show. Why can't I find?
Well, it's either West Coast Pro Wrestling or Prestige, because they tend to run co-shows. But man, those that guy can kick. I want to see him versus Aleister Black. Malachi Black on somewhere in a West Coast show.
The show was called Savage Mode.
Savage Mode. And he's been on New Japan Strong.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a guy on the come up. He's his 427 this year. That's in future years when we talk about him, it's gonna be like, remember when he was all the way down at 427 back in 2021? He's
on the rise.
He's going to be a big star here in a couple years. He's done a couple matches on Dark and Elevation, but he'll make it to somebody's main show at some point if there's any justice in the wrestling world. And of course, Eddie Edwards, just one of the all-time greats in terms of like the East Coast indie scene, Ring of Honor, Impact, his team with Davey Richards, and his maybe setting aside the Crazy Eddie stuff in Impact, but he's one of those guys that it just feels like he's always been around and always has good matches and can still pull off a top rope Frankensteiner. Going to hit the ropes for something, but Blackwood got up first. The aesthetic killer, Kevin Blackwood, from Albion, New York. These two were part of a six-way match back in October for the WrestlePro Silver Championship that I believe Arez won, but for some reason I don't have that in front of me. That was their most recent time sharing the ring. Both of them looking for their first victory over the other. Strike fest back and forth.
Man, cage match is insane with this database.
Yeah. Cage match sees all and knows all. Or knows all and sees all.
All users submitted. So that is a lot of people paying attention.
It reminds me so much of like going back to being a kid and before the internet had everything on it, having to get like the PWI almanac to see like all the shows that happened that year. Those were the days, man.
Were they?
No, they were days.
They were days.
Also, I was able to confirm that Johnny B. Bad did fight Lord Steven Regal at that Match of the Beach pay-per-view.
I
just had that tab open for a while and just never actually got around to saying it. Code Red from Kevin Blackwood. 1, 2 count only, says Jason Ayers, the WWE referee. More big kicks from Blackwood because we've established he likes to kick.
He certainly does.
Rope goes Blackwood. Edwards follows him up. Big headbutt from Blackwood. Might have been looking for that big double stomp, but Edwards back to his feet quickly.
Bit of a knockout artistry it's trying to go for.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's got him tied to the tree. Whoa! But it doesn't do anything with it.
Well, you know that Edwards is going to be reuniting with Richards for a big match against the Briscoes, where
That's right.
the Wolves, not the American Wolves, just the Wolves.
The Wolves.
Wolves against the Briscoes. Now, apparently, TNT is not too fond of the Briscoes. Not really like thrilled with their past. Okay, they're allowed to choose. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Is it disappointing? Yes. But imagine being the promotion that's going to be able to book and sell FTR versus Briscoes.
Yeah.
Guaranteed main event money. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I envy the promotion that is able to book that match in real life.
I suspect it's going to happen at a GCW show.
It's
feel
possible.
Like that's probably.
Well, they're the GCW tag champs still, right?
They are. Yep.
Well, there you go. That's a big ooh.
Oh, there's a double stomp from Blackwood, but he stops to.
Could FTR win the GCW tag champs in the future? Because they've been doing this thing where they've been having old school managers follow them, like from area to area.
Or could the Briscoes win the AAA tag team titles?
Oh, that's right. They will need to go back to Mexico to defend it a little bit more, right? They've got to.
You would think. Yeah, I don't think they defended it in quite a while. Big kicks from Black. Oh man, right in the back of the head with that last one. Drags him to the center of the ring. Edwards just getting that back elbow. No. Here, let me show you how to kick. Which seems like a bad idea because I think Blackwood, at this point in his career, is the superior striker. Going back for that burning hammer? Yes, indeed. Right on his head.
You hate to see it when it hurts like that.
2.9. I thought
oh, man. Fighting spirit coming into play here.
Trading strikes again. Blackwood with those big kicks. Oh, man. Roaring elbow from Eddie.
Eddie Edwards, who looks nothing like Eddie Kingston, unless you tell Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
There's the wolf call.
Thrust kick out of it.
Ooh, Falcon Arrow. Right in the center of the ring.
Out of the Falcon Arrow, except Eddie Edwards. Strikes from Blackwood. Just trying to turn Eddie into just one big welt. Shining Wizard. Yeah, Chekhov's chair just kind of chilling over there by the ropes. See if anybody does anything with that.
Oh, what about that guy? He hasn't done anything yet.
You know it's gonna be cool.
Oh.
Forgiveness, please.
And there's our Simpsons reference quota.
That's right.
Everybody gets one.
I'm impressed with us. It took us over 2 hours to get to one.
It took us over 2 hours to get there, but we got there.
Yeah. It's just a little airborne. It's still good.
Son of a bitch.
Man, Blackwood just beating the hell out of Eddie Edwards. Ooh,
oh, he would have gotten him right into the turnbuckle if he hit that butterfly.
Just a big chop from Eddie. Goes for a Tiger Driver variation, and then just pulls him up and chops him.
And what's the difference between a power bomb and a Tiger Driver, or a Liger bomb? And then Excalibur explains, and then JR goes, "I'm just keeping you on your toes, son." Like you had no idea.
You don't know.
You don't know. It's okay to not know, Jim Ross.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Or you could do some research before going on live.
Or just let Excalibur do the job.
Or let Excalibur do his job. Yeah,
yeah,
that works too.
How about
You
we
can also just
let
like
him-
actively not crap on the product for the entire second
that
half
could
of your
also work.
pay-per-view because you're sleepy and it's past your bedtime.
Stop calling women Jezebels. That's a good start.
That would be a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't stand that still. I'm like, dude, it's just not a thing.
Yeah. It's 2022. Let's not. Ooh, big overhead belly to belly from Eddie. Top rope. Like, you do double stomps? I do double stomps. The wolf call. From Enzigiri. Eddie,
What are you waiting for, Eddie? What are you waiting for? Do the thing.
He's right there. He's spinning
right
the
there.
basketball on his finger. 2, 3.
There
Eddie
it is.
Edwards picks up the win as we make up for lost time by cramming 3 Simpsons references into that match. Eddie Edwards moves on, ending the streak of back-to-back upsets.
The Eddie Edwards.
Yes. As
I don't
opposed
think
to
there's
the other
any
guy
other.
who goes by the that we don't talk about.
Edward Edwards, if you really spell out his name.
It's like Ricky Ricardo is Ricardo Ricardo.
That's right. Not a lot of people realize that.
Nope.
Oh, Lord. We have fun here, folks.
We do. We really do. Especially this week. It's been really good.
This has been a good show. This has been a lot of fun. I love these matches.
Strong matches tonight.
But, looks like we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event. Cameron Grimes to the moon against the best PowerPoint presentation creator in professional wrestling, Drew Gulak.
Absolutely. The coach in WWE 2K20.
I think that's the best tutorial ever.
Yes. It's great. There's a part of me that kind of wants to get it just
for that.
Just be like, hey, good job. I'm going to do more of this kind of stuff. Also, watching some gameplay videos, it seems way better this year than it has been in several years.
Oh, yeah. There's still some bugs, but it looks so much better.
And there's always going to be. I mean, wrestling is such a hard game. If you're going for any sort of level of realism, there's going to be glitches. It's just it's a hard thing to capture accurately. But yeah, I was watching New Legacy's day one video, and there's some pretty good stuff, especially in Hell in a Cell matches. The physics of putting somebody through the cell are not great.
No.
But very funny. They make for very good YouTube content. And yeah, so this is a WWE versus WWE match. So we're going to have Charles Robinson as our referee.
Carolina Caveman.
Cameron Grimes to the moon. This is the second singles match between these two. It is the first in almost 7 years. The last time they met was at Evolve number 49 back in 2015.
Those Evolve shows were just
Trevor Lee won.
Those Evolve shows were amazing.
Yeah. Trevor Lee won that match. Trevor Lee, of course, now Cameron Grimes. So yeah, they've both been in WWE for however many years, and they've never faced off against each other.
Which is a shame.
It is. This would be a real. And it was a good match in Evolve. I can only imagine, what it would be in WWE. Put them in NXT. Let them have a match.
I feel like with the current NXT 2.0 locker, I think that I think that Drew Gulak would be good with Chase University as part of their roster,
part of their faculty.
Yeah, part of the faculty. That would be a great admission to have the submission adjunct.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're gonna go with the teacher gimmick,
Yeah.
I will admit, Chase makes me laugh with those segments because just going like full Bobby Knight on his students makes me laugh so hard. It's just there's something about like cursing in a regular show and then they bleep it out that just adds like a laugh to it.
It's one of the great things that Arrested Development brought to network TV was the bleeping of the profanity, not working around it, just
straight up doing
going for it and let the censors bleep it, because it's just that much funnier when it's a trailer hitch there from Gulak. I'm looking up. Let's see what else happened on that show, but Pro Wrestling Fandom is not helping, so I'm going to the cage match. Because those, you were saying, those early Evolve shows, man, they really... October 17th, 2015. Okay.
I think it was it Thatcher and Gulak who had a no-ring match in Evolve?
I believe so, yeah.
Like, it was like no canvas, no ropes, no posts, just straight up boards.
So the main event of that show, Trevor Lee and Gulak went on fourth. The main event was Johnny Gargano against Ethan Page.
Oh, nice.
We also had Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta against TJ Perkins and Timothy Thatcher. Willie Mack against Earl Cooter, who I'm not familiar with. Tony Nese and Anthony Nese and Caleb Conley against Brandon Watson, Randy Summers. Chris Dickinson against Tracy Williams. Matt Riddle against Jonathan Gresham. And a four-way with Andrew Everett, Anthony Nese, Matt Cage, and Peter Casa.
Think about where a lot of these names are now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how many of them are in WWE 2K22? It's a lot. Whether they're on the roster or not, a lot of them are in that game.
And if not, that their entrances as pre-generated ones are there.
Yeah. Did you see Tyler Breeze tweet about the game earlier this week? There's in the whatever they call the My GM mode, I think it's called My GM, where like you get like Triple H will give you like instructions like book a title match this week, and apparently sometimes there will be like book so and so in a match or don't book so and so in a match, and so he grabbed a screenshot of it saying, "Don't book Tyler Breeze in a match this week." And there's a Tyler Breeze screenshot of that. He was just like, well, okay. Too soon, WWE.
God. It just, the amount of, like, just the unself-awareness.
Yep. They really, yeah. I missed what busted Gulak open, but he's really bleeding. A little color on the face there.
Nice roll up.
Bridge. Grimes kicks out, and then his finisher immediately was almost a kick out. Suplex into a pool of his own blood.
That's gross.
That's gross. Gross. Mop it up.
Now back to my hunch.
I'm so glad you got that reference. Mike, I'm glad we're friends.
Yes, me too.
Grimes rolls through into that.
What is that? Kind of a
it started off like it was going to be like a trailer hitch.
Oh, nice.
A side DDT there from Grimes into the step up into Gary. Dragging his bloody face across the mat.
Oh, that's gross. That's disgusting.
Gulak with a very unorthodox pinning combination to the point where Charles Robinson wasn't sure it was a pin and was very late getting there to count it.
And who was being pinned? It was hard to tell.
Right, yeah, it's like I think both of their shoulders are down. Grimes coming off the ropes, drops a big elbow across the back of Gulak's head. Gulak goes into the side headlock. Robinson asks if he gives up. Mercifully, he's being calm about it. He's not taking the Roddy Piper. Was that WrestleMania 8? 9? What year was that? Or might have been even 11.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
When he was the guest referee for the I Quit match between Brett and Backlund.
Oh, God.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say?
Oh, he won with a bulldog choke, standing bulldog choke submission.
Wow. But Grimes is right back up. That was honestly kind of a flash win.
Some may say underwhelming, but it would totally work in
MMA.
And Terminus, that's the one.
There it is. 363 Gulak with the upset. But, even the best wrestlers in the world need oxygen.
That's true.
You choke that away from them.
And that does it for our 10 matches of the day. So, with that being said, who is moving on and to whom?
Find it out together.
Oh, by the way, I just saw posted, and you'll get a kick out of this. Macho Man Randy Savage's, when he played for the Cincinnati Reds.
Yes.
As Randy Poffo.
Randy Poffo.
This is legit. On the back of his card, he's improved his swing by dropping his elbow. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
I feel like he saw that like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Elizabeth, check this out.
Sounds good to me. That's awesome.
So, Laredo Kid beat Ryan Nemeth, which means that he will face the winner between Killian McMurphy and Valiente. Alexander Hammerstone lost to Biff Busick, so Busick will face the winner between R-Truth and Dominic Garrini, which we know is Dominic Garrini. So, yeah. Biff Busick, Dominic Garrini in round 2. We
First
know
place, Bugs Bunny. Second place, Bugs Bunny. Third place.
Josh Alexander will face Drew Gulak. That's gonna be fun. Yuji Nagata, whoever took beating A Kid, will face the winner between Jeff Cobb and Jordan Cruz.
Ooh.
QT Marshall will face Mustafa Ali in round 2. Free Ali. Danhausen will face Eddie Edwards in round 2. Nash Carter will face the winner between Eddie Kingston and Camaro Jackson. Those are the matches that we know for round 2 based on today's results. And next week, episode 20, which means
the
11
big 2-0.
Big 2-0. Warhorse, who, I don't know if you know, rules ass, will be against Matt Hayter. Ricochet, the new Intercontinental Champion, will be against Ray Rosas. Seth Freakin' Rollins will be against Doc Simmons. Josh Woods against Troy Hollywood. Konosuke Takeshita will be against Ricky South. Pagano, who we've seen a lot in MLW over the last couple of months, will be against Derek Neal. Moose will take on Zombie Dragon. Somebody saw the Game of Thrones finale. The Miz will be against your favorite wrestler, Sal Renaro. Jonah will take on Omar Amir. Jeff Hardy, newly All Elite, will take on Prince Ahura. And Dragon Lee, aka Ryu Lee, will be against Jaden Newman. That's our card for next week. All of those matches will feature at least one edit done by me.
Very cool.
We have reached that point in the tournament where I have run out of community creations and have to make my own.
Here's a little bit of pro wrestling history for you today. 39 years ago today, on this date, Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood defeated Sergeant Slaughter and Don Kernodle, which is a fantastic name, in a steel cage match to win the NWA World Tag Team title in Greensboro, North Carolina. Why is this significant? Because this was the match that led to the creation of Starrcade, and is possibly the biggest match in the history of Mid-Atlantic because of the money-making potential that they saw with everybody who was involved in that show. So they're like, okay, let's just put everyone onto one show, and we'll make this the biggest event ever. Thus, Starrcade was born.
And it was. That first Starrcade is amazing.
The first Starrcade is incredible. I recommend wherever you can find it. I think it's on the network.
It's on the network. Yeah, that's how I watched it. Or at least I'm assuming it made the transition to Peacock. I watched it on the network back when the network was a separate thing.
Yeah,
I assume it's probably on Peacock.
Watch that Starcade, and then watch the Starcade with the dog collar match.
Oh yeah, well that was the same show, wasn't it? The Flair for the Gold, was that the same one?
It was, yeah.
Flair and Race and Piper Valentine was all on the same show.
Amazing, absolutely amazing, history making.
Yep, absolutely. It's still referenced
to this day.
On this day, I see clearly. No, wait, that's
also some breaking news. Just as my feed is going crazy with Bullet Club news. The Gorillas of Destiny are out permanently. Gato has made a point of it because not only was he able to get the Japanese contingency members of New Japan, that's Bullet Club, and a House of Torture to reconcile their differences. But they said, we're together, you're out.
Or not.
And Gato said backstage, he's a message directed to the club over in Impact, Jay White, I hope you're watching. I don't know if that necessarily is a good thing.
Right.
Because all he says is, I hope you're watching. I don't know if he's meant in a good way or a bad way.
I mean, White was the one that initially kicked.
Don't trust Gato. Don't trust Gato. That's all I'm saying.
Never trust Gato. No.
He said, mission complete.
Never trust that phrase either.
No.
Big banner on a battleship. Just because you say it doesn't mean it's true.
It doesn't mean it's true. Then Chris Bay, he replied, feeling sad after making a decision doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. Business over friendship when it comes to Chris Bay and Bullet Club, it seems. Although he wants Cody to come back and join the Bullet Club.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's dashing Chris Bay. Of course he wants
that's
Cody
true.
To join. Whoa. He's only smoking mirrors.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. We are going to be back once again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. If you want
an extra hour of sleep next week.
Yeah. Get another. We'll just we'll readjust our internal clocks, and we'll be much less foggy from this weird world that subscribes to daylight savings time. You want to follow us online, you can do so at PW Simulated. That's all of the social media handles, the same one. I think our Twitch channel is probably going to change it so that it's uniform, so it's just PW Simulated all across the board, because now it's been enough days where we can change it and it'll be okay. And of course,
19 episodes of this show.
Yeah, enough hours streamed. And wherever you're watching us, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, be sure to do all the things that help us out, whether it's liking or sharing, following us online, tagging your favorite wrestlers onto our feed to let them know they're being represented in the virtual world of pro wrestling. Yeah. And once again, DDT Pro, I'm calling you out. We want to sanction the first ever digital championship match, digital sanctioned match for the Iron Man Heavy Metalweight Championship.
Yes, indeed.
I'm making it's a personal, true life goal. This is not me working anybody.
This isn't a bit. This
isn't a bit. We want. Yeah. I have fallen for this title so hard. I want it to happen. I'm gonna manifest it to happen.
Just putting it out there.
Putting it out there. Put it out into the pro wrestling, the DDT universe, as its wonderful streaming service is called. And
by the way, I've been poking around on there the last couple of days. I wish there was more stuff in English. That's my one.
It's. I don't think that it's not quite catered to Western audiences yet.
There are several shows with English commentary, but it's like maybe one of them.
Yeah, it's not like New Japan World where you can switch to English. Like if I look at it on Chrome, it'll translate, but some stuff is embedded, so it's not like immediately able to translate.
And then the commentary is almost always Japanese. There are a couple shows with English commentary, but not.
I mean, that's how I started watching New Japan. I just kind of had to guess.
Right.
And just watched for the action.
Learn the names and figure out what the moves were just based on
But other than that, check out, of course, and support pro wrestling the way it's meant to. We watch it. I think, what's the next big pay-per-view that can be coming up? I guess it would be WrestleMania.
I think it's WrestleMania.
I don't necessarily believe we're going to do both nights. We may just do one, and then our show, and then like predictions for day 2. But there's still long shows even if they're split in 2.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we do just like, maybe we sim WrestleMania.
We could.
On like one of the afternoons.
I think that we should, we can do our simulations as the matches are going on and see if one goes longer than the other.
Yeah. We could do that, but then we would also have to watch WrestleMania.
Yeah, just put it on in the background.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. We simulate night 1 of WrestleMania with
Real
Pro
time.
Wrestling Simulmania? Simulated Mania? It's hard to do that with words.
Pro WrestleMania Simulated?
Could be Pro Wrestling Stupendous Mania.
There it is. Pro Wrestling.
I found out why he wanted to use that word. Is because he knew that people would need to look it up to find out what it means.
Jeez.
And then the more it got attached with WrestleMania, the more it would show up in searches.
Well,
so it's kind of brilliant.
I guess it worked for Abeyance.
It's kind of brilliant, but it did not work for any advanced ticket sales because they still have not sold that show.
Still tickets on sale, yeah. Meanwhile, AEW has, I think they've fully sold out Double or Nothing now.
Well, they had their first $1 million gate,
yeah.
And that means that they've sold all of the lower tier, like front row to the back, like all the high price ticket stuff are sold out. So there's all the remainder general admission and everything like that. But that is big to to be able to do that within your second year of running a promotion. So good on them. Congrats.
Yeah.
The ball is rolling up for them. I know that's not the phrase, but still, like,
it's fine.
Sounds positive.
Yeah.
All right, well, we will catch everybody next week. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You can also watch Pat's other Twitch stream, the video game tournament. Where can they find that? That's at Kings of Consoles on all the social media, and I believe that Twitch is also twitch.tv/Kings of Consoles. Cool. Which should be back up and running shortly. Ricky's work schedule has finally calmed down after a couple of his coworkers got COVID and he had to work insane hours. Everything seems to be okay now, so that's good. Glad to hear. Hopefully by the time this next episode comes out, we will have done a new episode of Kings of Consoles. And chapter 5 of the Wayfinders Guild comes out tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can hang out with me and the cast as it premieres on twitch.tv/the Wayfinders Guild. We are an affiliate now. Thank you to everybody who has been subscribing. So you can get some info on that. Plus, you'll be the first to find out what we are doing for our first live stream game, which is going to be on the 20th. So stay tuned for that. You can find out the info on those social media handles. Just search Wayfinders Guild on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff, and you'll be able to find this stupid face. But for all of us here, all two of us here at Pro Wrestling Simulated, I've been Butch. Still Butch. And we will catch you next time in the simulated ring. Bye, everybody.